Well, we're coming back on a very different note. As you can see, we just had that incredible band. They're noisy, they're loud, they've got all crazy stuff all over them. Now we've come back sort of a little bit into the reality. And when I say reality, I mean truly the reality of life. MaryLynn Bast is very, very well known out there, and she's probably sitting there and she's reading my every movement. So I'm not going to change it because I am what I am. So what have you read so far?
You're very open and you're just you.
Well, that I am, definitely me.
Yes.
That's for sure. Definitely 100% me. So what got you into the business of, what do you actually, is in the name of your company?
It's Intuitive Touch World.
Intuitive Touch World, which
Yes.
means the intuitive, you understand
Yes.
other people. You can walk into a room, and as I was asking you before, you can turn on, you can turn off, you can actually let yourself open up to what's going on if you want to.
I do.
And you do. And then, but I was surprised about was that I was asking, how do you turn off? Because to turn something off what you have, I would imagine would be very difficult.
Well, for me, I just kind of imagine a door. So I just close those energies, and it's something, I want to keep private. I just close it,
And you completely can take yourself completely out of what you do.
I do.
I wish I could do that. Maybe I could learn something. Because sometimes, the big mouth goes all the time, and I wish I shut it up.
Well, just close the door.
Just close the door. That's my problem. My doors are always open.
Yes, they are.
That's the problem. My doors are always open. I'm a very open type of person. So you've got different things here, and you were talking about the different oils and the different things, and you were talking about spraying
Yes.
yourself before you go to bed and let all these little cold things run all over you. And you're supposed to feel good.
So I
after
actually create it's a sage spray, but I have several
Oh,
different.
sage.
Yeah, it is
Okay.
sage, but I also use different essential oils that's in there.
Okay.
And it's calming. It's also for spiritual protection, and just if you want to open up, you can also use it for that as
Now,
well.
I love what you said. She says spiritual protection.
Yes.
What do we have in fear of when we're trying to use something like this, protect ourselves from our imaginary mind of what we think is going to happen to us, maybe while we're sleeping, or maybe our thoughts going to sleep?
So anywhere you're walking, there's energy. And there's spirits all around. For me, when someone's walking towards me, I see spirits behind them.
Okay.
And they're usually kind of in a shadow. So what I do is, if you're getting a reading with me, then I do a connection, and then people will step forward that want to give you a message.
Oh, okay. So
They don't always step forward right away.
So you could get a message, because I seem to get messages all the time. And I think that might be because I don't particularly have anything to block myself
Right.
up. I'm not really afraid of, I can't say I'm not afraid of anything, because if a car suddenly, turns into my lane, I'm going to jump.
you're startled.
But that's
Yes.
I'm more
Yes.
startled than afraid, because I never knew it was going to happen. So you can't be afraid of something you don't
Right.
know what's going to happen.
Right.
But I'm normally not this afraid of person, but I do meet a lot of people that are afraid to do this, and they're afraid. What brings this lack of good energy into people that are afraid?
Well, that's just things that's happened around them, and then they kind of latch onto that fear
They
and
hold
that
on to them.
negativity.
That's
That's what I help them do, is to release that.
to release that,
Yes.
because that's not going to. It's like I always say to most people, they worry about things. They
Very.
what if this happens, and how does that happen, and what is this, what is that, and in the end, it's never even going to happen. It's never going to materialize.
Right.
What a waste of time.
Well, it's because you're thinking, what if?
Okay. Yes.
What if? What if? And then you're wasting your life away worrying about those
So
what
how
ifs.
do you get rid of the if?
Just concentrate and focus on, you set a goal. Most people don't have those goals, and without those,
Okay,
they're just
so how
kind
do
of-
they find out their real goals? Not their goals that they fantasize on the goals that maybe somebody else has, but goals of their own. How do they manage to recognize those?
Well, for that, it's what do they like to do? What do they enjoy doing? Setting the goal is, for you.
Yes.
Setting a goal, you want your TV show to go.
Oh,
you
yeah,
like-
from your list. She just said the right thing. Keep going. I like this.
So
This is
you
really
want it
fun.
to just go,
To go,
and just
yes.
everybody know about you.
Yes,
And
we've all done very well.
You
Myself, but I could not do it without my crew.
Correct.
So I've got these people within me,
Yes.
which is Janelle and Nick, my producer, my director, and then also I've got La Chantelle as well. So I've got other people that are all out there and everything else, but they're all connected.
Yes.
But they all seem to be. I hate to say this because it sounds rather big-headed, but they're kind of on my side.
They are on your side. You've set everything in motion to
Okay.
make it happen. Most people see those wheels and they can see that they're there, but they don't turn them.
Okay.
You turn them.
Yes.
You make sure that one gets going, and then the next one gets going, and then it just happens. It's like a waterfall.
Don't ever get me on the computer. I was on the computer, and all of a sudden, like, I'm on Facebook, and I think, then I'm on another group I'm in, I'm thinking, I don't see a photograph of us on that group, so I go all the way back, I get a photograph, I put it on the group so that they know who we are,
Yes.
where we are, and everything else. So, yes, and I don't, there is no special time in my life to do anything. Should there be a special time?
Well, you have to decompress. You have to have that alone
What
time.
do you mean by decompress? Explain to the...
Decompressing is for the world to leave you alone.
Okay.
You have to have that time that is just specifically for you.
Okay.
That nobody else is taking your energy and nobody else is giving you theirs.
Okay, so this is just you
Just
you
you
alone.
and yourself,
You and
yes.
yourself alone. Of being able to... Actually, now, how does somebody get down to the truth of being whom they are? Because most times I think a lot of people kind of, I don't know, not lie to themselves, but they're not really honest with, they're not trustworthy. They're not trustworthy with themselves,
Exactly.
probably more.
Well, it's because of the outside influences and what's going on with them. They don't allow themselves to see who they are or what they truly want to do.
Okay, so why do so many people out there, and I notice this a lot, so many people look at all the bad things that they do, and they look at all the, they don't look at the great moments, they don't look at the happy moments. A lot of them, we correct ourselves all the time.
A lot of people get the negative and they just feed on that, and it just, the more negative, the happier they are when they get that negativity around them, and it's really not good.
It's not good.
No.
So on all the, the people you've interviewed and the people you've helped, what has been one of your greatest moments of looking back and saying, I really did help that person and I know it, even if they might not know it?
It's just being able to bring the clarity and for them to realize what has been holding them down and just to see them smile. When it's just, you can see the brightness. I did a house clearing a couple weekends ago.
Okay.
And the lady was just anxious about everything, and she was just fearful. And then by just setting things in motion for her and finding out what the problems were, we were able to remove those problems and get her on the right track.
Did you have to move anything?
Yes.
Did you have to, I was going to say, did you have to move any furniture?
Yes.
Did you have to move things, which is a little bit on the, I guess you call that on the
Feng
karmic
shui.
side?
Feng shui.
Yes.
Well, for her, it was actually the urn of her ex-husband, or her husband who had passed.
Yes.
It was a lot of negativity in the marriage, and she was still holding on to that.
She had an urn?
She had the urn, but she had him, and every time she would walk by, she would just feel that energy, and it was just, it permeated throughout the house.
You mean she had his ashes in the urn?
Yes.
Oh dear. I'm going to be honest, I don't think I could go through that because I'm quite sure I would think of some really rotten things that I really could have killed in myself.
Yes.
Which
and
wasn't too much.
and she holds on to that negativity, so just by being able to get her to move that urn and replace it somewhere else that she's not passing by it every moment, that kind of set things in motion for her. And then we went through and did a clearing on her house.
Wow. Okay, then I'm going to ask you a question. There's a girlfriend of mine. She has the ashes of her 2 cats.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure where they are, but I think I remember where they are. Would this be a negative thing or a happy thing for her? And I know the area where I think it is, and I think you know who I'm talking about, I think she passes by it at least maybe 10, 20 times a day.
But does she get upset every time she passes it?
Well,
I don't feel that.
No, I don't think so, but also you have to have that little sorrow, oh, I wish they were here.
Yes.
So you do have a kind of a little negative, I don't care how many times you pass by it, but there's got to be a negative something. Would it be better to put it somewhere else in a more happier place where, every so often she can see it?
Well, that's not so negative. It's just a memory.
Just a memory. Okay,
just
so I'm
because
clarifying this.
just because you remember something and I wish they were here, that's not always negative.
That's not negative.
Yes.
That could be a positive
Yeah, and that
thing.
was that connection. And
Yes.
for me, I believe in past lives and reincarnations, and they will be back around.
Okay, so reincarnation. So let's find out about reincarnations. Are reincarnations, are they true? Are they out there? Or is it something that we just personally as each human being will think or not think about?
That's your personal belief. A lot of people, it can get into the religions, but my personal belief is that everybody does reincarnate. That's like if you meet someone and it feels like you've known them all your life and a best friend.
Yes.
That's usually because you've met them in a past life.
Somewhere before.
And they've reincarnated.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Now, my mother and my sister, mother's passed away, sister's still alive, they brought up a whole thing about angels and everything, and they told me, and they even gave me the book and wrote in it, and they said, King Tut, which was the very young emperor, he was my angel. Now, I'm looking at this, and they gave me this book and everything else, and my mother, she was one of these spiritual folks, like you a little bit, and I don't think not as much, but she was very similar. And what does all that mean?
Well, it just depends on what you associate with. With him, he could have reincarnated as an angel, or his... For me, the spiritual, when you go and you're moving forward and you're learning spiritual and you're helping people, you're moving to a higher plane.
Okay.
So King Tut could have moved to the higher plane and become a spirit guide. He could be an angel. It just depends on, for me, it's you're learning that spiritual, you're helping people. And you're moving through those planes to where you become a spirit guide.
Because I have thousands of angels out there.
Yes.
And I recognize them because the strangest things happen to me, and something happens. I get saved, I get it given. It's always very, very, very good.
It's always you're averted. You're never hurt. It's even in the car wreck, you're saying somebody pulls in front of you, someone help. Even if it's not intentional, you've made that swerve. And it's like, what made me do that? That is your guardian angel.
I love it because this has been an awful lot. I mean, an awful lot of things that just suddenly pop up, which I'm just not prepared for and not expecting, but all of a sudden, and I will turn around to that person and say, oh, you're just one of another angels. Yes. And I do give them that. Yes. I give them you are my angel. Mm-hmm. So I put them on my list of angels.
And it can be a live person that's your angel.
That's what I'm saying. Yes. There's a lot of live.
Yes.
A lot of them are live, actually.
Well, there's a lot of them that are not. They're in the spirit form as well.
Oh, well, so we've got the spirits out there as well, which is absolutely amazing. Okay, so what you put into life, do you get out?
What do I put in?
What anybody
definitely.
puts, whatever you put into life, if it's a negative thing, it's like you could say, well, isn't that great? And the person say, well, I don't know if that's so great or not. So they've now become a negative.
So I say when you wake up of a morning, the first moment you open your eyes, you can say, this is going to be a great day. And you can move forward with that. Or else you can say, this is going to be a crappy day, and that's what's going to happen.
So whatever you interject, and I'm very much into that. I'm very much into, sometimes I'm feeling a little, maybe low-key, a little lazy, and I let it be.
But that's what you need is that downtime because you're so high energy.
Yes.
You need that downtime to recharge.
So I have to, definitely need to recharge an awful lot.
Everybody needs to recharge in a different way.
In a different way.
For me, I have to go and be totally alone, and everybody needs to leave me alone because I've got so much energy coming at me all the time.
Yes.
Other people, they have to be around people to recharge.
Yes. So what do I need?
You need your downtime on occasion, but you don't like to be alone.
No.
You like to have people around you because you like to talk. You like to communicate.
Yes.
So you need somebody with you. Even if they're not in the room with you, they need to be in the house
somewhere,
with you.
Somewhere around and somewhere there. Mm-hmm. But I definitely like my alone time. But normally my alone time is usually taken up with doing something.
Yes.
So it's something else going on. I'm not really alone because I'm doing what I need to do.
But that's what you want to do.
Yes, absolutely. 100%. That's what I want to.
Your mind is constantly going. It never shuts down.
No, that's what you never shut down when I sleep. Now we have this. Now what is this?
This is bath salt. It's not the kind that gets you high.
I was going to say, she must have been reading my mind because when she came out, she had this package. She don't need none. She said, these are bath salts. I said, well, I'm not going to remark on that right now. My remark was going to be, hey, are we all going to get high?
Not that kind.
Not that kind. Well, what are that kind?
So, what are that kind? I don't know because I don't deal with that.
But people go into stores and they buy these bath salts.
But it's the different kind.
A different kind of bath salts.
Okay. So I don't know what goes into that, and I don't want to know.
Either.
So what these are is I actually use essential oils, and then I put my energies into them whenever I make them. Okay. So all the products that I make are handmade by me.
So everything is handmade. How well are you doing?
Oh, I'm great.
You're doing great? Mm-hmm. So when did you start all this? When did you recognize who you were?
I was about 3 years old when it started.
Oh, my goodness.
So, because I was sitting and I saw a lady petting a cat that I was petting, and she reached over and started petting it. And I started talking to her, so my mom asked me, who are you talking to?
And what did you say?
And I said, I'm talking to the lady, and she said, there's nobody there. I was like, but she is, and I described her.
Really?
Yes, and I grew up in Texas, and they said that is not something we want to talk about. So
That was off the slate
that
board.
was off. So don't, I couldn't talk about it with anybody, and if I did, I was actually worshiping the devil.
So on overcoming, knowing that you were not worshiping the
Yes.
devil, because you know,
Not
we
at
know
all.
who we are and what we do, and
Yes.
people can say hundreds of things about me, but I know who I am,
Yes.
and I really do, and you know who you are.
do.
So how did you get over that, and how were you able to establish yourself as having a business of what you do?
I moved away from Texas.
Very good idea.
I moved here about 8 years ago,
8 years ago?
and
Is this your place?
this is my place. I belong here.
You belong here.
I belong.
And have you got a lot of reoccurring customers that come?
I do.
You
I
do?
actually have people from Japan, Australia, Canada, everywhere. They call me.
And all these different people from different countries, looking at them of coming from different heritage, different country, Japanese, Asian, whatever. What do you see so different in them, or do you see them just people?
They're all people, but I can see the difference because I haven't been taught. I didn't do any kind of training. Everything I do is all natural.
Okay.
And it's just I connect with that individual, and it's just I get messages that relate to them. That's like the other day someone was asking something, and I turned around and said the exact same thing that her grandmother or her mother always told her.
Really?
And her mother's passed. I'd never heard the,
And you'd never heard those
No.
words, or you'd never heard that. And that's funny how those things do
It
happen,
does.
but it's not really funny. It's something that
It's
comes to
validation.
you. It's validation
Yes.
for you. So
Yes.
you just got validated. So therefore, you're going to have a reoccurring. Now, do most people come to you with happy thoughts or negative thoughts?
It's a mixture. They just want to know what's going on in their love life. They want to know what's going on with their job, should they go back to school? Just general things. Just everybody wants to know. They sit in front of me. It's like,
Why do we all want to know what's going to? I mean, why do I want to
the
know?
curiosity?
Isn't it funny how we
Yes.
have that sort of, I've got a few things coming up, and I'm like, I wonder what that's going to be like, and I
Yes.
wonder who's going to be there, and I wonder, it's funny how we have this curiosity of the unknown.
Yes,
Because we really don't
everybody
know.
wants to know.
Everybody, why do we all
Prepare.
Prepare.
So you can be ready for it.
So we're ready for it.
Yes, or you can change it. That's like my husband asked me. He's like, so since you're a psychic, tell me what time am I going to be home? He was on the road driving. So I said, well, I could tell you you're going to be home at 3:42, but you could either speed up or slow down and change
You could do
that.
anything, but it doesn't matter what you do because you'll still be there at the
He
right
walked
time.
in the door at 3:42.
Yes.
Because he stopped thinking about it.
Yes.
But
Of course.
if he, but that's where my point is you can change your path. I can tell you today what's going to happen.
Yes.
But your decisions are going to change that.
Absolutely. It's
Or
funny.
keep you going. where
It's funny because sometimes I'm running a little late, but I always seem to get to where I want to get right on time. Even though I'm 5 minutes late or 5 minutes early, it doesn't seem to make any difference. I'll walk and I think, now how did that happen?
Yeah.
How did I get here exactly the right time when I thought I was going to be 10 minutes late?
Yep, because it's meant to be.
Because
You're
it's
supposed
meant to
there.
be.
Mhm.
Nick, you have a question?
Yeah, websites.
Oh,
Where
websites.
can they reach you?
IntuitiveTouchWorld.com is my website. I'm on Facebook as MaryLynn Bast, and you may give my phone number.
Yes, you do. Yeah, there's that. It's your number.
Well, that's my work number. So 702-569-1240. I do personal readings, I do group readings, and I also do psychic parties.
You do psychic power. Oh, that would be interesting, wouldn't it? Fascinating.
So,
I love that.
it's fun.
Has that been fun?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Everybody enjoys it.
Everybody wants to find out about something
Yes.
they don't know. I mean,
Yes.
all of us want to do that. Okay, an absolutely amazing woman. You are absolutely wonderful.
Thank you.
And you said you've never been trained.
I've never been trained.
No training, so this is all natural,
Yes.
which is really fabulous. If you use her bath salts, I presume you put this in your bathtub and you just sink
Yes.
down and you just have a
At
relaxing.
least relax and just kind of clear your mind and let the
Let
the
all the stuff
negativity
go
float
out.
away.
Yes, let all the stuff get out of
Yes.
there that you don't want. Don't ever try not to allow too many things into your body that really are not necessary because you really can't do anything about them and they'll never probably occur or never happen. So amazing. Absolutely
Thank
wonderful.
you.
MaryLynn, fabulous. We'll be right back.